This is Vita here, and we're doing something new today. Normally, if you're seeing my videos online, it's about music, either tutorials or songs, but today I'm starting something a little bit different. I'm starting a new channel called BDUF Gaming, and it's something I've always kind of wanted to do just as a hobby, just doing gaming videos like Let's Plays, reviews, maybe even gaming news, just because I'm very much into games, and you know, I just want to be able to do something like that as a hobby. I know there are already a million game channels out there, many who are a million times more popular as I'll ever become doing games. So that's not really the goal here. The goal is simply just to play some games, have fun, and you know, it's more for me than it is for the rest of the world. So I've got my computer all set up here with my new awesome teaser background for some new music stuff, but I've got Camtasia running on my second screen, and the first thing that we're going to be doing a Let's Play for Guild Wars 2. Now, I've never played the first Guild Wars. I actually bought it and was unable to play it on my old laptop because this was a long time ago. It was like 2007, I think. I didn't have very good internet speeds. Even when I was at college, their internet speeds were negligible. It still took like an hour to load a level. And now they've got this second one out, and I have dabbled in it a little bit. I'm not completely new to it, but I've never made a serious run at this game. So I figured I would do it, and I would make a Let's Play just to kind of, I guess just to kind of help along. You know, not only is it going to keep me going, but you know, if somebody out there has never played Guild Wars, they can see this for the first time here with me playing it. I know a lot of other Let's Players, they kind of annoy me. They talk forever. They talk really, really fast. I won't be doing that as much. I will be narrating throughout the whole video, pausing, of course, when there's sound in the game, but I don't think that fast, so you're never going to hear me start rattling off things crazily. I don't have a script. There is no WordPad open here, and I don't dub my videos after I'm done with them, so what you're hearing is me, and the conversation may get a little weird, but that's all part of the fun. So we're going to start Guild Wars 2. I did have some problems with the installer yesterday, but I believe they are all fixed now. Oh, it logged me in. Cool. So, oh, it's starting. Woohoo. Now, just one thing before we start here, you will see that it's a windowed mode. I do not have it in full screen, and that's because Camtasia, the software I'm using to record, it only records in, it only records what the screen is hearing. Oh my god, that's loud. Apparently I haven't set my audio up right. Let's put this all through the headphones. Let's restart that. So you can tell that I don't have a script because I'm so incredibly unprepared for this. And I'm choking to death. So, for reasons that I have no idea why, Camtasia will not record full screen. It will only record what is on the screen. If the game goes into full screen, it won't record the screen, it'll actually record my desktop. So I have to have it in this windowed mode, and that's a little bit better because I can kind of dumb the resolution down and play with some better graphics. The way that I like to play is I generally play with lower resolution and higher graphic settings. There we go, all the autos in my headphones now. So this is the start to Guild Wars, and this is my character test juice that I made. I just wanted to see how everything worked. Well, this is not the character we're going to be playing as. It's just a standard Char Ranger, I think, and I'm not going to be playing as this character. I'm going to actually create a new one. Well, first I'm going to delete this character. And we will hit delete. So we've got 5 different characters we can pick. I'm going to create. So this is the character select screen in Guild Wars 2. You have 5 different races that you can pick from, and I'm just going to go through each of them and just kind of read the text here. First, you have the Char. The Char race was forged in the merciless crucible of war. It's all they know. War defines them, and this is their quest for dominion. I already messed it up. War defines them, and their quest for dominion drives them ever onward. The weakling, and the fool have no place among the Char. Victory is all that matters, and it must be achieved by means at any cost, or by any means at any cost. See, I suck at narrating. So these are kind of like your beast characters. They are, as you saw before, the character that I pulled up at the beginning was a Char. They're like lions and bears and crap. I have played a little bit of a Char, but I'm not playing a Char today. Then you have humans. Pretty standard human class. Humans have lost their homeland, their security, and their former glory. Even their gods have withdrawn, and yet the human spirit remains unshaken. These brave defenders of Arctica continue the fight with every ounce of their strength. So I didn't do too bad on that one. Then you've got the Norn, which are the giant race. These guys are huge. This race of towering hunters experienced a great defeat when the ice dragon drove them from their glacial homeland. Nevertheless, they won't let one lost battle, however punishing, dampen their enthusiasm for life and the hunt. They know that only the ultimate victor achieves legendary rewards. So, the giant class here, and then we have what I like to call the midget class that every RPG seems to have, the Asura. These alchemagical inventors may be short in stature, but they're intellectual giants. Among the Asura, it's not the strong who survive, but the clever. Other races believe they should rule by virtue of their power and strength, but they're deluding themselves. In due time, all will serve the Asura. They seem like really big into conquest. So yeah, these are the midget characters. And then we have the unique ones, I would say, the Sylvari. I kind of like to think of these guys as elves. The Sylvari are not born. They awaken beneath the pale tree with knowledge gleaned from their pre-life dream. These noble beings travel seeking adventure and pursuing quests. They struggle to balance curiosity with duty, eagerness with chivalry, and warfare with honor. Magic and mystery entwine to shape the future of this race that has so recently appeared. And I did do some research on these guys particularly. Apparently, they've only appeared in the world of Guild Wars 2 for about 25 years in game, so they're relatively new. I mean, I'm 25 years old at the time of this video, so that's basically an entire civilization that's as old as I am and not a day more. I can't imagine that. You know, all these other civilizations have been around much longer in the Guild Wars lore. But I'm going to be playing as a Sylvari, because I've already done a game as a human. I started one, and I started one as a Char. I don't really care for these classes. I'm going to play as a Sylvari. So we click that. Maybe. Oh, maybe I have to click next. There we go. So then you have male or female. Now, I generally play as females in games, and the reason is pretty simple. I'm a guy in real life. I play as women in games just because it helps me to care more about the character. You know, I'm a dude in real life. I really don't want to play a guy, you know, wandering around the world. I don't view it as a projection of myself so much as a character that I am controlling and shaping. And I just think that in general games could use more women heroes. I think it's a pretty male-dominated genre, so I like to play as females because it's something you don't see every day. So now we're going to go ahead and click next. So this is what the Sylvari look like in game. Look pretty unique. And these are all the different professions. These are your classes, so we'll just go through these real quick. First, you have the Elementalists. Elementalists have harnessed Tyria's natural forces, their powers of destruction drawn from an affinity with 4 elements that make up the world. They conjure air, fire, earth, or water to assault their enemies, and Elementalists wear light armor. So these are the mages. You'll find that every class in Guild Wars 2 uses non-standard terminology. It would have been easier to just call them mages, but I guess they have to be different. And then this is like some base armor for the mage. You have the warrior. Well, that looks really cool. Looks like they got a face in their armor there. Warriors are masters of martial skills. They rely on speed, strength, toughness, and heavy armor to survive. They're versatile in combat and benefit from offensive and defensive abilities. Warriors inspire allies and demoralize enemies, and they wear heavy armor. So these are your standard, just swinging swords, swinging large weaponry around, tank kind of classes. Also in that category you have Guardians. Guardians specialize in protective and defensive magic. A deep sense of loyalty to their allies fuels their passion and power. They're also skilled with a variety of weapons, which they put to good use against their enemies, and they also wear heavy armor. So these are kind of the same thing as the warrior, only they're more defensive, or more defensive focused. We have the engineer, a really unique class. They're more high tech. Engineers are technological and alchemical masterminds. They employ turrets, grenades, elixirs, and a variety of other impressive devices and concoctions to overcome their enemies. And they wear medium armor. I have played as an engineer before, and I remember having a rifle, which I thought was kind of odd. In a fantasy MMO, I had a rifle shooting people with it, so I guess if you like that kind of thing, you could go with an engineer. We have Rangers, which was the first class that popped up. Rangers are proficient with the bow. They rely on a keen eye, a steady hand, and the power of nature to slay their targets. They're loyal pets, which Rangers tame and train, distract enemies while the Rangers strike safely from a distance. And they wear medium armor. And the Rangers are a unique class because, as I read here, they get pets. You can't see it here, but if we were to create a Ranger, you'd be able to see that they get a little companion pet that they can bring along. And I have played a Ranger before, but I prefer to play Rangers with bows, and they start off with this really stupid hunting axe. And it'd be cool if it was an axe that you could chop people with, but it's actually a throwing axe. And so it kind of breaks the immersion because you're literally throwing hundreds and hundreds of axes. It doesn't really seem natural. If you play as a Ranger, you might want to get a bow as soon as possible. Then we have the Necromancer. That's really bizarre looking. Necromancers are masters of the dark arts. They summon the dead to fight for them, channel blood energy, and rend their enemies' souls. Necromancers draw life force and use it to strengthen or heal themselves and others. So these are kind of like Dark Rangers, I guess you'd say. They wear light armor, I should point out, and they're really all about death and destruction, and which is kind of odd for the Sulfari, they seem kind of like a class that would be focused on life. We have Thief. Thieves are adept at the art of stealth. They utilize surprise and shadow to get close to the enemies, or to their enemies, and they are deadly in one-on-one combat. They have an affinity for setting traps and going where they were never meant to go, and they were medium armor. So again, just standard thief kind of rogue class. This is just like the warrior and the elementalist. You'll see these in lots of other MMOs. They're generally very quick. They're not the people that are going to be running up and doing a lot of the fighting. They're going to be fighting from the shadows. And then you have the Mesmer. Mesmers are maestros of mirage. They weave mental magic that confounds, controls, or revokes emotion into their enemies. With a wave of a hand, they can shatter their own illusions to produce even greater special effects, and they wear light armor. So these are kind of advanced mages, and they've got some pretty bizarre looking armor. So these are all the 8 different classes, professions, and I'm going to play this time as an elementalist. I love magic classes. I love being able to cast all sorts of different spells, and so I'm going to go ahead and select that. So we'll go next. Now we get to customize the character. And normally, Let's Play videos, they skip the section because it's kind of boring, but I actually created my character earlier this morning when I woke up before work, so I already kind of know what I want. So this is the base character. The height is fine. I don't really mess with the height. Lots of people like to make giants or midgets. I guess that's the shortest you can go. Wow, I'm really surprised. Oh, you know what? I bet that's probably for the Asura. We'll make her a little bit shorter. Physique. The physique is fine, but I believe that's the skin color that I had. I had a very light kind of character. Ooh, this is kind of cool. What is all this? Ooh, that looks kind of neat. I'm not going to get too ethereal with it. So that's the physique. That's a good physique. And they've got some neat little buttons here. You can zoom in on the face. We'll get to customizing the face in a moment. You can change the lighting to see how the character looks in dark and light environments. And then another useful feature is you can hide armor. So, oh my god, she's naked. So this is useful, like if you're doing physique, you can see exactly how the physique is going to affect the character. And then later, we're actually going to be able to choose the vine markings on this character. So the skin, or the physique is okay. Skin pattern. This is the same skin pattern that I'm going to use, but you can choose a couple different ones here. The idea behind this is that the Sylvari, they're like plant people, and so they've got veins, or vines for veins, I guess you'd say. All sorts of different plant-like features, so they look like leaves, kind of. And you can choose the color of the glow, and then the color of the actual vines. I guess they don't glow so much. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have to turn the light off. That was something I didn't realize this morning. So that's kind of neat. You can make them glow. I wonder if mine has any glow like that. So mine does glow in the dark. What color do I want it to glow? I'm gonna accent the glow here, and oh, I've got more choices. I'm gonna go glow white. I'm going to color them light teal. So it doesn't look that bad from in the night or in the nighttime setting, but in the night setting, your character's going to glow. So that's actually kind of cool. I didn't realize that this morning. So that's done. We can put our armor back on. Now we have the head option. So we zoom right in on the head, and first is the hairstyle option, and this is the hairstyle that I was going to use, and I colored it white. You do have lots of different hairstyles, but to me, if you're made of plants, you kind of have more earth natural colors, and this seems like a good wintry color. I can't imagine them having like red hair. It just looks weird. And then you've got lots of other different hairstyles. Have a hat. Now that's just bizarre. I'm wearing a hat, but it's actually my hair. That one looks kind of cool too, but it's only in the front. That's kind of all around. The face and skin color. We already decided on the skin color. And the face, I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with this face, but there was another face that I kind of liked, which was this one. I thought this was kind of cool. There's like leaves on her face, but it didn't accentuate the features really well. I like this face. It's kind of a standard. It doesn't get too creepy with the plant people kind of thing. Some of these, they look like they're come out of Goosebumps or something. Really scary looking. Like, that's kind of scary. So go with that. And ears. I gave my character earlier some elf ear. Here we go, elf ears. Some really long, curvy elf-like ears. Seems like it would fit. Then the face details. I don't generally mess too much about these. Eye color. They've got red eyes, and if you notice, their pupils don't change color. the actual eyes of the characters change color, and I didn't mean to do that, but I actually kind of like that, like pinkish sort of color. That just looks creepy. We'll go back with that. I like that color. We're gonna go with that. I don't mess with the eyes. The nose I do change a little bit of. And then the chin here, or the mouth is fine. Jaw. Just really, really sharp features that I can see from like a plant kind of person. Let me make the nose a tiny bit smaller. Okay, so that's pretty much all that we're going to do for the face. Now we have the armor dyes. And this system here, you can choose what color the base armor is, but I don't really like the colors they've given you because they don't really match really well. I wish there was more that I could pick. I generally went with a blue kind of color for this character. Actually, you know what, there's a lot of these ebony. I think I'm going to go with some of these. And then down here. I don't know what each one does. I don't remember. It's been a while. Like I said, I did all this morning, and now I'm back here trying to do it again. Does that look good? I don't know. I don't think a lot of this matters. I'm pretty sure you're going to be getting new armor in the game quite often. Some black boots. Ooh, no. No thank you. Let's have black boots. See, how does that look in the dark with the glow? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's what my character is going to look like, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. So we're going to go next. Now you get to kind of a unique aspect of the character creation, which is the biography. I've played a lot of MMOs, and generally once you made your character and how they look, that's it, you're done. But this, you actually get to pick a little bit more about everything, your character's backstory and their affinities. So I studied all the elements, but I wear the gem that symbolizes my love of, and obviously we can pick one of the elements. So water. Water, whether frozen or flowing, is life, and its currents run deep in us. We have fire. Fire's hunger. Its destructive burn demands respect. It intimidates, or it immolates, and clears the path for new growth. You'll find sometimes that I just forget how to read. It's okay. Earth. Earth is the foundation that supports all life. Stone fortifies us. Rock grounds us. And then we have air. Air is the source of all life. It is invisible, yet it can destroy whole villages. So this is just some attunement here. I don't necessarily know what changes with this, except if you notice right here on my character's head there, they get a different little headband depending on what I choose. I'm going to go with water because it kind of fits the color scheme I'm going for, and I like that little attunement right there. So we'll pick that. Trouble may follow me, but I use my blank to overcome it. We have charm, dignity, and ferocity. These represent different types of characters you can create. When you have dialogue options, you'll be able to choose a response that fits one of these, and it's sort of like, I guess kind of like Mass Effect in a way, where if you've ever played Mass Effect, you know that whenever you have a choice to make, you can either pick the top choice, the middle choice, or the bottom choice, and that's sort of what these are. So with charm, I'm charming. No one can resist me when I'm at my best. I know just what to say to lighten the mood and bolster courage. Dignity, I'm dignified even when up to my ears in mud. It's what makes people respect me. A serious, thoughtful demeanor is the root to success. And then ferocity. I am ferocious. Threatening violence gets me further than anything else. I'm natural I'm a natural, though I do try to use my powers of intimidation for good. I, I think she's kind of charming, so we're going to go with charm. And this doesn't mean you can only pick these options later in the game. I have seen lots of Let's Plays where they stick to those choices, but a lot of times it's not so cut and dry. You know, you may run into a situation where even though I'm a charming character, I may want to pick the ferocious answer and beat the crap out of the guy. Who knows? So, I dreamed of a quest that calls me to action. It was a vision of the White Stag, the Green Knight, or the Shield of the Moon. The White Stag is a creature of enchantment, an immortal beast with great power. It is said that the stag will trade a magical boon for its freedom if I can catch it. I'm not sure if these are quests that we actually have to do later. I saw the Green Knight here. I saw a powerful knight in green armor, his face obscured. He was defeated but did not submit, was killed but did not die. Dare I face him in battle? And then the Shield of the Moon. The moon is a powerful symbol of healing and magic. Any who dream they are protected by the moon shall know faith and fortitude. I hope I'm worthy of such a vision. I don't really know. I'm not really sure about any of these. I'm going to go with the White Stag. That sounds kind of cool. You know, you might get some secret magical boon for finding it in game. Maybe it doesn't. None of these change the way the character looks, so we'll go with that. I believe that the most important of Ventari's teachings is, I don't know what Ventari is, act with wisdom but act. It is one thing to know what is right and another to change the world. We all have a calling. I will distinguish myself through my actions and thereby lift Tyria to a higher state of nobility. So that sounds kind of cool. All things have a right to grow. The blossom is brother to the weed. Diversity of opinion is good. Discussion is healthy. No one should be the condemned simply for being different. I will stand up for the rights of all. And where life goes, so too should you. The world is a delicious and gorgeous place created for us to explore, enjoy, and protect. I will seek out the lessons in every experience, and as I grow, I will have more to offer in return. So, these are all really good. I kind of like this one, just exploring and bettering yourself, I guess. Again, I really don't know what these all do. The pale tree awakened me during cycle of the dawn of noon of dusk of night. So let's see. Cycle of dawn. Sylvari awakened at dawn are natural talkers, diplomats, and forward thinkers. We are intimately connected with our surroundings and markedly empathic towards all, even other races. Sylvari awakened midday solve problems by attacking them head-on. We are the warriors, hunters, and travelers who experience life firsthand and enjoy the rush of taking risks in order to truly feel alive. Well, I'm not a warrior, so that doesn't really sound like my character. Sylvari awakened at dusk are naturally curious and thoughtful. We love to learn and spend time reading and studying. We are intelligent and drawn towards the luscious complexions of magic, or complexities of magic. That sounds like me, but we're still going to look at the cycle of the night. Sylvari awakened at night are secretive and cautious with information. We make our own decisions and we come and go as we please, nimble of mind and body. Cycle of the dusk. All about magic. So at this point, we have all of our backstory here. Though trouble may follow me, I overcome it with charm. The pale tree awakened me during the cycle of dusk, and the most important of Ventari's teachings is where life goes, so too should you. While still in my dream, I dreamed of the of the white stag, and I'm called to find it. I'm an elementalist, and I study all the elements. I wear a gem that symbolizes my love of water. This is my story. It's kind of the tagline here. And now we must think of the name. And names mean a lot, because this is the name that this character is going to be stuck with for the rest of the time that we're playing. And I did a little research again on the characters, and every MMO has little naming guidelines, you know, if you want to follow the lore, because, you know, obviously I can just name my character whatever I want, but, you know, I really kind of want to play to this story a bit, so I looked up Sylvari names. Now, Sylvari names, I found, generally come from Celtic roots, or like Irish or Welsh roots. And so I browsed the list of names, and the name that I found that I liked was Mavis. I really like this name, not just for this character, but I think it's a really great name for girls. And it's kind of an old school name, but it has a modern sort of edge to it. And Sylvari don't actually have last names, so I don't have to think of a last name. It doesn't have to be something stupid like Greenleaf. So that is it. What I'm going to go ahead and do now, we're about 30 minutes in, so I'm going to click next. We're going to watch the intro video, and then in the next video we will start the beginning tutorial instance. Uh-oh, Mavis is already in use. I had to select a different name and try again. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do at this point, I'm going to stop recording because I didn't plan on that. I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to pick a different name. and then I'll start again with the movie, and we'll start with the intro quest. So I will see you guys